The third person knows your strength. The third person has been there when they say let us make man the only meeting and moving. That person knows the weaknesses of all men. Be aware of that third person in marriage. As we speak now, he uses different devices to operate in the life of the couple. One of the devices he uses now is he operates in the phone. He can use anything. What you can say ordinarily that will be like fun to you. The third person in marriage can suddenly make it a problem. Now the Bible says you don't have to negotiate with the devil. Many times when your wife looks like she's rude to you, she's not the one you need to face. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood. If you talk to your wife and she's not listening, you don't need to start to beat her or want to correct her with words of the mouth. There is a third person in mind you need to talk to. Go to your corners of your room and say, devil, let my marriage, let my wife obey me. The Bible says, do not be ignorant of the devices of the devil. Now, the third person in marriage, I said, is so smart, sir. Look at what he did in Genesis chapter 3. He was there.
That he pains God so much
that we try to negotiate with the devil. He wants us to cast the devil away. He said he will flee. He's the third person in marriage. He knows more than you think you know. The Bible says in Genesis 3, he said the devil, the serpent was subtle.
Was very cunning.
And
look at what he said. Were they blind before? They told you not to eat from this food. Because he knew that day and you see him playing
person in marriage,
one person in marriage can make the person that is very fit to
say
we advertise clutches to you that you need to make
like somebody said, he said the way only
someone that was nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody knows tomorrow. You should buy the crutches now. Nothing is wrong with your feet. And said the day you eat that food, it's that day that your eyes will open. Were they blind before?
Were they blind?
Please ask me, shall follow.
Were they blind?
Follow Julie.
What is your I'm of the right here?
You will use your right at all. Just
I've ministered to you many times that what I just want to see is a beautiful marriage. The problem that marriages are suffering right now, a lot of people want to base it on fact. You don't need your brain in your marriage. Have you been married before? You don't know anything about this journey. The only thing you need in this journey is to trust God. Because we are giving you a certificate of the journey you have never experienced. Unlike when you go to school, you will be proven worthy of a certificate. But now, what we can do, we are giving you a certificate of marriage, and you have not gone through the experience. The only way you pray about everything. Pray about everything. Pray about everything. Because a counselor of a marriage also has problems. Counselor to where we're counseling.
He just finished beating his wife.
Marriage
is so strong. It's so powerful up to him. And the Lord was so furious and he sent them out. Who was the person that was at fault? And it's the woman that you gave me. And it's the man that gave me. Get out, alábàjọ.
No wonder.
Ọlọ́run ò fi nílò kí Joseph bá Maria sùn.
The Lord did not need Joseph
to
sleep with him.
Joseph ló tún mọ claim pé ọmọ mi ni Jésù.
So that Joseph will not be claiming that he
has
has
son Jesus. Marriage wàhálà ìṣá.
He knows that there is issues in marriage.
Ó jẹ́ máa ń dun Ọlọ́run.
And that thing brings so much so much.
Ṣé ẹ̀mọ̀ kan láre gèrègè lè sùn ní?
Don't you know that Satan is so cunning?
Ó ló fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan pé ní kò má ṣe ẹ bá fẹ́ sọ dìjà. Àwọn máa dun Ọlọ́run. Kí ló ń ṣàwọn ilé? Alálẹ̀gẹ̀rẹ̀gẹ̀ lẹ̀ ń bá fà.
This person is not
Ṣé ọlọ́run lè bá jíjà ká di?
Warring with flesh and blood.
Nígbà tó yá.
At a point.
Mo kọ Olúwa dáríjì mi o.
I said Lord have mercy.
Mo tọ́ bá wọn pásítọ̀ kan recently.
I told some pastor quite a
lot. Mo ní bóyá torí ẹ̀rọ náà ti ètò wọ́n pé Jésù. O ti pé 33. Lọ́tọ̀ tí wọ́n máa fi marriage lò ẹ́.
Before they say come home. It's better you come home.
Torí marriage máa ń dàrú.
Because marriage scatters at times.
I was telling some pastors that said maybe that was like God said.
Before they said that,
you see, Joseph
allow Joseph to find one wife for him.
Marriage lady be alone. He told him attend. I told you before.
The one that Jesus
that was the chairman.
I was going to chairman. And this one is even.
Mommy,
his mom is there.
The
in-laws, the family, they are there. And the same rib. Before God, who was at home? And the woman he gave me. Get out.
God will not send you away.
Amen.
I have a practical example of what I'm telling you. I have a beautiful marriage. And I have a beautiful wife. And I'm grateful and thankful to God. I saw something recently. He said, can you leave your marriage for $100 million? I told my wife on the bed. I said, I can't leave you for $2 trillion. I said because I'm happy. I'm contented. I don't need to start. What I can't. There's nothing that can compare with. I'm just like that. I just enjoy it.
Enjoy the way it's going.
So let me tell you something. As beautiful as the marriage is, I want to marry me.
People that marry only they will not lie.
At the time I had to read, I said read. I think disagreement is part of the package of marriage. And he said to me, said yes. Oh yes. Kò sẹ́ni tó máa sọ́kà wọn wà ní ìgbéyàwó bí. Tí kò sí gbọ́dọ̀ wọn sọ ọjọ́ kan.
That there won't be disagreement one day.
Ara package nìyẹn.
It's also part of the package.
Ẹni tẹ́ bá jọ wà ń bẹ̀.
But the person you are in that church.
When I got married, I took my wife in the plane we went to Kaduna. And I told her right there. I said, baby girl, we must make it work. We must make it work. Let's be aware of the third person in marriage. There was something that happened one time. And that was when I knew that. That was when I got the clue. I'm never going to talk to her. I'm never going to say no. Want to negotiate with the devil. You know what? We were having just simple thing. Simple thing. And I went on my knees. I said, devil, leave my marriage now. At the time I got up from my knees, I did not know how the whole thing was resolved. Since then, by the time I begin, anytime this thing wants to start, my wife now just say, it is your time again. I give you 2 seconds. Devil, 2 seconds. And that's all. Sir, you need to pray about everything. Do you want favor? You want mercy? You want goodness? You want God take it from 0 to hero? I shared my story with you. My first wedding night was the day I had money in my account. I had fame. I had fame. There was no money. Marriage will bring blessing. When the parties indeed know how to operate well. Be aware of the third person in marriage. Third person in marriage. Be aware of that third person in marriage. And you know what? The throne of the third person is always there. But you can put
God on that throne.
ṣùgbọ́n ẹ lè gbé Ọlọ́run sórí ìtẹ́
Ó sọ
yẹn.
pé ẹnìkẹrin nínú iná.
He said the fourth man in furnace.
And somebody will always occupy a particular seat.
èèyàn kan máa wà ní orí ìtẹ́
Please
kan.
put God at the center.
ẹ mo fẹ́ kẹ́ fi Ọlọ́run sí àárín
Do
rẹ̀.
not be scared of anything.
ẹ má jẹ́ kó ń kún bá ilé rò.
Pray about
ẹ
everything.
gbàdúrà nípa ohun gbogbo.
And the Lord will bless your
Ọlọ́run yóò
life.
sì bùkún yín.
Are you blessed?
ṣe ti dá lábùkún fún.
If you are blessed, put your hands together for the
ẹ
other.
bá dáná mú kún fún pàtẹ́wọ́ fún Jésù.